Determine whether a given repair or alteration is major or minor. One wrong classification on paper can put an aircraft and lives at risk. That's why the FAA draws a clear line between major and minor repairs. This distinction isn't just paperwork. It affects how the work is approved, documented, and inspected, and whether the aircraft stays safe and legal. Let's start with the official definitions. These definitions come from FAA regulations found in 14 CFR Part 1 and Part 43, Appendix A. A major repair or major alteration is one that affects weight, balance, structural strength, performance or power plant operation, or flight characteristics or airworthiness. If a repair or alteration does not impact these areas, it's considered minor. For example, replacing a wing spar, repairing primary structure, or installing an STC-modified exhaust system would all be classified as major. On the other hand, replacing worn brake pads with OEM parts or adjusting cable tension would typically be minor. But examples aren't the only guide. Maintenance manuals also help clarify how tasks are classified by tools, skill level, and whether the job falls under line, heavy, or overhaul maintenance. Now that you've seen the difference, let's look at why it matters. A minor repair or alteration can often be completed using acceptable data, such as AC 43.131b, and only requires a logbook entry by the technician. But a major repair or alteration carries more regulatory burden. It must be performed using approved data, not just standard references. The work must be documented on FAA Form 337, and it requires inspection and sign-off by a person authorized under FAA regulations. In some cases, the job may even need field approval before the aircraft can return to service. So who decides what's major and what's minor? As a technician, you play a key role in making the initial classification. But remember, the FAA inspector or a repair station's quality authority may make the final determination. For light sport aircraft, LSA, FAA Form 337 may not be required, but compliance with ASTM standards and manufacturer instructions still applies. Why is proper classification so critical? Because if a major repair is mistakenly logged as minor, it can lead to unapproved modifications, regulatory violations, and even serious safety risks for the aircraft and its occupants. When you are unsure, use this test. Does the work affect weight, balance, structural strength, performance, or flight characteristics? If the answer is yes, or even possibly yes, treat it as a major repair until confirmed otherwise. Taking the cautious route helps keep the aircraft and everyone on board safe.